Hi guys, I'm Kid on the Grid. We're going to be doing our first ever Kid on the Grid. We're going to be doing our first ever F1 podcast on a debrief of the Spanish F1 Grand Prix. Here I've got today is Dad on the Grid. He's going to be with me in my podcasts. So first we're going to talk about the Verstappen and the Russell incident from turn 1 into nearly the middle sector. So, how do you think it happened?
Oh, it was a crazy end to the race, wasn't it? I think overall it was a really good race.
Yeah, the safety car got it lightened up.
I love a safety car at the end.
Yeah, I think it helped. It didn't help Piastri at all.
Well, he was cruising, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And it just put that bit of pressure, but
he got a good start.
Yeah.
To the safety car, and then he just got whizzing away.
He never really looked in danger, did he? Even at the safety car.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing with Piastri is if Norris, and I'm a massive Norris fan, if he'd been in that position with 5 laps to go, 6 laps to go, safety car, I think he'd have come under pressure.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the difference is Piastri just stayed calm, didn't say much on the radio that we heard, so it can't have been that interesting, and he just flew away. It was never really in doubt.
Yeah, as well, Verstappen and the Russell incident. I don't know, did Russell have the racing line, or was it Russell's fault?
So I think obviously there was contact before the big incident that we're going to talk about. There was a bit of contact. Verstappen took the escape route. For me, I think it was just a coming together as two drivers were battling it out.
Yeah.
How did you see it?
So I just thought Norris was in front. He was just perfectly going around the corner.
Verstappen?
No,
Russell.
Russell.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Russell was just going around the corner. Verstappen was behind him. He took the outside. He just didn't back out, and then Norris had no choice. He didn't have enough space, even though he had the racing line. He just had to make some contact. But goodbye Verstappen for just going through the escape route rather than just trying to get back in.
What did you think of that escape route? Because a lot of drivers used it in this race, and I don't know.
I feel like it gained their advantage.
Yeah, I think a little bit, yeah. I think Antonelli used it early on.
First
Lawson used it with Albon.
I think Albon.
Or Albon used it with Lawson. I just wonder, especially with Verstappen, because he's got that edge to him. I don't know. He's a very aggressive driver. We've always seen it.
Yeah.
I think what he did with Russell was a disgrace.
Yeah, later on, he was told by his engineer and his team principal to let Russell through so he wouldn't get a penalty, and he wasn't going to get a penalty like we know now, but because when Russell came through, he had the outside on the corner, then Verstappen just ran into him.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? I think he didn't think he was in danger of getting a penalty, so he didn't understand.
Yeah.
Because he's so competitive. And that's why he's so successful. He's so competitive.
Yeah, everyone's competitive. And I think he thought that Russell rammed him off the track. That might have been his thing that he thought.
He also thought Charles had run him off earlier.
And then he wanted to do him back, yeah.
Where
he was on the hards. He hit the curb on the main straight.
Yeah.
He
did well to keep it on the track, didn't he?
Yeah, he came sideways a bit. And then Charles he was either going to go into Max because he was so close, or just turn around. He went there and they were just side to side. And then, they sort of both collided. Luckily, there wasn't damage.
Yeah.
And then Charles just got ahead for a podium.
I mean, Charles did nothing wrong. Charles raced well.
Yeah. He's a good racer.
And I think Ferrari will be happy with their weekend. Do you think?
Not as much as Hamilton. I don't think they should have swapped the positions early on.
Do you know? I think they should.
I think Hamilton would have got third, but Leclerc started seventh, Hamilton fifth.
Yeah, but
that got him pushed back into sixth.
But Charles had better tyres available,
True.
so later in the race he was always going to be strong because of the heat.
Yeah, but on the end, 16 laps, he had used soft, and Hamilton hadn't used soft.
I mean, I quite liked the Hamilton and Leclerc battling at the beginning.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It was done. Neatly. It was aggressive, but in a controlled way, neatly. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't like racing each other like. Well, they were racing each other, but they weren't like. They were never going to crash.
It's not like Ocon and Gasly a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they were just playing it simple, playing it fair, just going around each other. Because when you're next to your teammate, if you crash, you're going to upset the team even more. If you crash into them, they crash into you, and like your teammates still. It's like on football, 2 foot in your teammate, rather than not. So yeah, they played it well, nice and neat. The McLaren one too, I thought was good. They played it well, just as well. Oscar, just when he's in pole, it's not F1 for him.
Yeah,
it's just racing around a track.
I wonder if
he's
anybody
relaxed as ever.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody thought Norris or Verstappen were going to beat Piastri today. Did anyone think that Piastri was going to finish anywhere but on top?
Yeah, I thought he was going to. When I watched qualifying last night, Piastri got pole. He's finishing first.
Do you know what made me laugh today? I saw the England players were at the race. So as they were entering the race, someone from Sky said, "Who do you think is going to win?" And John Henderson was like, "Hamilton," and Watkins was like, "Hamilton," and the guy asking the question was like, "From fifth." I don't think the England players are the biggest F1 fans.
Yeah. As well, I also want to talk about the bottom 7. They did a really early pit stop, which surprised me. It cost them an extra pit stop to do. And yeah, I just thought it wasn't it wasn't necessary. I didn't think they should have done it. But the teams have different strategies. They look into more F1 than I do.
I think it's one of those. If it works out, then you go, "That was fantastic. Well done, them. That was great." But it doesn't always work out.
Yeah,
and I think
Max's strategy did not work out at all.
That 3-pit strategy could have worked though if he didn't Mario Kart George Russell.
He pitted, then pitted again really closely, and then pitted again. I don't really know why they put the hards on. That really got bad.
Don't think they had any softs left.
Yeah, they had used softs.
Yeah.
I sort of understand it, but yeah, I might have put the used soft on. Charles was on used soft, and he's got past Max. Lando was on used soft. So
we'll never know. In the end, he finished 10th.
Yeah, because of the incident. Near the start of the race, the Lawson and Albon incident with Albon's front wing obviously damaged. It got debris on the track, and then he had to retire the car. So Lawson sort of came around the outside, and his tyre just hit Albon's front wing, and yeah, no penalty.
It's one of those, isn't it? I think Lawson's an aggressive driver. We saw that when he was racing against Perez. last year, and he obviously did the thing with his finger that you're not allowed to do, and that is Lawson.
You can be an aggressive driver.
Yeah, I think he was within the limit. I think it was fine. And actually, when the incident happened with Albon's front wing, I don't think that was when Lawson was being aggressive. I think it was just afterwards. But I think shout out to Lawson. I think in the last couple of weeks, he's been better in qualifying.
Yeah, he's getting better.
He's out qualifying Tsunoda, which I think for him, given that Tsunoda replaced him, personally, that's who he'll want to beat more than Hadjar.
Yeah.
He'll want to beat Tsunoda and show give Red Bull a message.
Yeah, but as well, he's used to the car now. He's got better. Like, Hamilton's getting better. Him and Lawson now, because they're new to the team. They've just got better in the car. And they're now performing better.
Was Hamilton a little bit sassy again with his engineer today?
No, I didn't really hear anything.
I still think he's got a bit of sass.
Yeah, no sassy Hamilton.
I think it was Charles. I think Charles was told, keep pushing or something. He's like, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, no, that was Russell.
Oh, was it Russell?
Yeah, and then they told him again and he was like, I'm pushing right now. Yeah. So the Lawson and Albon incident, it wasn't really anyone's fault. Lawson was just overtaking. Albon couldn't really have done anything. Because as well, you can't really, when you're in the car, you can't really see like your tyre and like the other's tyre. So you just sort of need to guess. There's a car length through, which as well, Albon, he could have got, because it was a corner that was going like that and then that, Albon could have like gone like around and then came in, and that could have done some damage when he was getting prepared for the corner. And so
it's one of those, isn't it? I think all F1 drivers are aggressive. They're all competitive.
They can all.
It always makes me laugh when there's an incident and they turn into like children in a playground. It's like, he started it. No, he started it. He pushed me and he pushed me. And it's like, you'd have all done the same thing in the other position.
Like tattletale.
Yeah, exactly. Albon would have done what Lawson did. Lawson would have done what Albon did. And at the end of the day, you're racing at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
With Big Cat, you're gonna.
Yeah, they took it well. Albon wasn't. Well, you might have been annoyed, but
bad day for Williams. Bad weekend for Williams.
True. Carlos.
Where did he qualify? 17th?
17th. Well, 18th, but because Stroll has an injury.
Yeah.
He's put up to 17th.
That's really bad for him.
As well, his home race. It could have been pressure. I think he was on his push lap at the end of qualifying, his last lap. And I think he hit the curb and it lost him like 2-3 tenths.
I just think that for Sainz, last year he was the big thing in F1. Who's going to be lucky enough to get signed? And, arguably Albon's having the better season. I mean, Williams had a good start to the season.
Yeah.
Both drivers have done well.
Yeah, they've done really well compared to like last season. They've grown. I'm looking at 2026 now. so they're going to be improving.
That's what Val says all the time, isn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, I'm impressed with Williams a lot. The way that they've just improved. Alex Albon's done really well. Sainz has done well. He's sometimes, some races he's matching up with Hamilton, which is good because he got kicked out and they got Hamilton in. I want to talk about Hamilton as well. At the start, he got in front of Russell, and then Russell, like every lap, Russell was gaining. Was it like his rear or something? I think he said that to his like team.
Yeah, I think the thing with Russell, I often find if he has a bad start or something goes wrong, he's always on the mic blaming the car, blaming the engineers, blaming the strategy. And he did it again. He had a really poor start. Ferrari capitalised. Leclerc, Hamilton got in front of him.
Good
he dropped two, and he's straight on the mic to blame everything else. Like, just concentrate on your driving.
Yeah, they even said that to him.
Oh, up to it. That's right, yeah, because Toto came on the mic, which Toto doesn't usually do.
Yeah.
And I think what he was basically saying is, shut up, you've messed up.
Concentrate
on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what he said.
I think he put him back in his place a little bit, because
Russell's...
We talk about this, don't we? Like, if you make a mistake, own up to it. Don't blame everyone else and it's his fault, her fault.
Yeah, and Russell, he's had a really good weekend. In the practice, he was really showing pace, close to the McLaren drivers, and I think in one of the practices he beat Verstappen, maybe two of them, I don't know. But he had a really good weekend overall. He came fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stayed in his position.
I think Mercedes probably happy with fourth, aren't they?
Yeah, it was good driving. It was good driving. Well, because Antonelli crashed, they've dropped down in the constructors third, and they put Ferrari in second. I also want to talk about Hulkenberg.
What a race from Hulkenberg!
Fifth is just crazy.
In a kicked Albon, and I think we should probably say to the listeners that you've also had a good weekend in a kicked Albon, haven't you? Because you went to the F1 arcade yesterday, and you didn't come fifth. You came first in a kicked Albon, so good weekend all around for kicked Albon drivers.
Well, Bortoletto 12th. Good for him. He's a rookie driver.
But Hulkenberg, what a race from 15th. Was it 15th?
Yeah, I think it was.
Thereabouts.
It must have been.
He had no right to be fifth. Excellent drive. He made a lot of positions early on.
Yeah. And he got noted by the FIA for gaining an advantage using, he was near the escape route. But as well, I think it was with the Lawson and Albon incident. He just went to get out of it. Albon went the escape route, and then he went.
But this is it with F1 though, isn't it? You want to get as close to the line to get as much of an advantage without going over the line and getting a penalty. And he's done that, and that's his job, and he's done that really well.
Yeah, he's
pushed it so far that he got noted, but not so far that he got a penalty. He got an advantage, he climbed up, and, Kick Sauber will be thrilled with him.
Yeah, what a race.
Easily the driver of the day.
Yeah.
Not even close. Maybe my performance of the season so far is Hulkenberg today.
Yeah, it could be. He's really impressed me today. I think, just saying, it's on Sunday evening after the race. He just really impressed me, and he's an experienced driver. He did excellent overtaking as well. Spanish Grand Prix, it isn't the most easiest to overtake.
No, I think it just shows you that you can have all these young, exciting, cool youngsters like you, but sometimes you need a wise old man to do the business. All right, so there's a lesson for you there.
I also want to talk about so Hamilton. He was pretty slow.
How do you think Hamilton's getting on? You're a big Hamilton fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a Hamilton fan.
How do you see it?
So I think he's getting used to the car in the Ferrari. I think there might have been a rear issue in his Ferrari, because it's not really like Hamilton, because every lap Russell gains 3/10. And so what really cost him, he could have got it ahead Russell before the safety car, I think, because before the safety car was 4 seconds away, and he had a really slow pit stop. 5 seconds. 5 points.
I forgot about that.
5.2 seconds, I don't know. And then, yes, well, the McLaren double pit stop near the end. They had a double pit stop.
After the yellow flag.
Yeah, Oscar came in, Lando straight in, Verstappen in.
It's like queuing at the fuel station, wasn't it?
Yeah, one in.
Good job Piastri didn't go in to get some food and some Maltesers and walk around the shop a little bit, and you're like waiting, hurry up.
Yeah. I've just been so impressed with McLaren.
Yeah.
Oscar, he's such a good driver. He's just matched up with Lando completely. If he's pole, that man is going to win the Grand Prix.
Yeah,
I agree. He's pole.
And I think this is the thing as well. At the beginning of the season, I thought Lando was going to win the championship.
Yeah.
And after Monaco, I was saying, Lando's back in. Here we go. Now it's a Lando show. And I think it says a lot about Piastri that he's sort of took his medicine.
He's just nice and chill.
Yeah, he's like, okay, Monaco didn't go well.
As well as he thought it would be.
We've got the dog walking in. Say hello to the podcast, Teddy. He just took it on the chin. He's gone away, smashed practice, smashed qualifying, and he's like a swan. Everything's kicking underneath the water. You don't see it. He just glides across the track and takes that first place. I think he's got to be favourite, doesn't he, for the championship?
Yeah.
Teddy, we're filming a podcast.
I feel like I can already say McLaren constructors.
Yep. Yeah.
Constructors.
That's just gone now, isn't it? That's.
Yeah. I think if Red Bull got a good second driver, they could win it. But
see,
as well, Yuki.
I think they could have prime Michael Schumacher. Maybe not prime Michael Schumacher, but they could have. I think sometimes there's very few drivers who could do well as Verstappen's teammate. I think this isn't on Tsunoda. You know, we've had Perez struggle, Ricciardo struggled, Albon struggled, Gasly struggled, Tsunoda lost. Everyone struggles with being Verstappen's teammate because the car is in other seasons, less so this year. It's geared towards Verstappen, and they have to manage it.
Yeah, they just need to rely on Verstappen.
Yeah.
If Verstappen leaves, Red Bull were gone.
Yeah, they're right in the middle of the pack.
I feel like start of the season or the end of last season, they should have looked into Carlos Sainz. I think they knew Perez was leaving. Carlos Sainz is out. Carlos is a really good driver. I thought he should have taken the Red Bull seat.
I wonder whether Sainz thought that as well.
Yeah, he would have wanted to go to Red Bull, I think. Even though it could have been hard for him.
Yeah.
It's better than a Williams.
But Williams has a project, and actually I don't know whether we'd look at this decision in 3 years. If you look at the trajectory of Red Bull, which is from here and it's going towards here, and if you look at where Williams were a couple of years ago and now it's going up here, maybe Sainz thought, well, actually in 2 years we're going to be there. And I don't know. Yeah. I wonder if a Red Bull without Verstappen is any better than a Williams with Albon and Sainz, who are both having really good seasons. So just one to watch.
They both got long contracts, so that could have been what Sainz and Albon were thinking.
Yeah.
Because they both got contracts until like 2000 and something like.
They're long, aren't they?
Yeah, 2000.
But it's the way the team principal is looking at 2026 as but he is, isn't he? And he's looking at the start of 26 as the start of the new Williams. So he wants them to go on that journey with them, and I think it's exciting times at Williams. I do. So
yeah, but they've had a cool weekend.
It's going to happen though, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone's going to have a
last week it was Mercedes. Shocker of a weekend.
Yeah. crashed. Carlos, bad qualifying.
There's not much Carlos could really do today.
Yeah.
Saying that, he started 2 places behind Hulkenberg, so we say there wasn't a lot he could have done, but actually Hulkenberg did it in a car that is inferior to Williams. So
he came 14th.
Yeah.
I think Carlos.
Yes, he did. He was just behind Sonoda in 13th.
Yeah. Alonso first point of the season in his home race.
Yeah, good for him. I think he was unlucky last week. I think if the car hadn't let him down, he'd have got points last week. And he loves qualifying, didn't he? He had a great time. Which is nice to see him smiling. The old man, one of the only F1 drivers still older than me. Not many of them.
As well, I think Max had a lot of pit stops.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot, but I think more than the other drivers. Bad timing with his pit stops, I think. Even though he was fourth, I think he still had a bad. And even though he was third when he came out of the pit stops were done, even though he started third, it's still pretty bad because I looked at the timings and a pit stop's 20 seconds.
Yeah.
He would have got first, and then he had that extra pit stop 30, I think, and then that ruined it. So as well, Verstappen down in 10th. I think he deserves it because
I think he deserved just to be kicked out of the race. I just think that was a disgrace.
I don't know. He got told by his team to let Russell through. He knew exactly what he'd done. He slowed down, and Russell was coming through. He ran in. Oh wow.
Mini Kid on the grid here. Mini Kid on the grid, can you give us a minute? Will I edit this bit out?
So he knew exactly what he was doing. He slowed down. Russell came through. He go away.
Guys, jump out, mate.
I'm gonna shoot now. So Verstappen knew exactly what he was doing. He got told by his team, let Russell through. He started slowing down on the corner, then letting Russell through.
Did you hear what Lando said after the race?
Yeah.
He was like, I've done that before on Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It wasn't Verstappen's finest moments.
Yeah. So imagine if Verstappen was in third and that happened. I don't think Norris would have said that.
No.
He was in the room.
Yeah, that would have been quite an awkward exchange, wouldn't it?
Yeah. In a cool down room. As well, the drivers must have been so hot and sweaty.
Yeah.
In that car.
Yeah, they lose a lot of weight in the course of a race.
As well, they have a certain amount of tyres along the weekend, and to perform in qualifying, you'll either need to get a really good first lap for each, and then you wouldn't really have to worry about the tyres as much. And in the race, I just think they had minimum amount of tyres. There were lots of pit stops, and the bottom did early pit stops, which I wouldn't have done.
Yeah.
Or maybe I think because Sonoda did it, he was the only one on the grid who I think he had a different strategy, and he was on the mediums, and a couple laps in, he had to just change his tyre. I don't think he really liked the mediums. So.
Well, how do you see the rest of the season panning out then? So we've got a 2025 calendar. Here we are now.
Canada
here, so we're nearly halfway. Piastri leading. Is he the favourite?
Yeah.
I agree. Who's his biggest challenger? Verstappen still in there?
Nice.
Yeah, I think Verstappen's thrown away a lot.
It's going to be, Verstappen's thrown away a lot of points.
Yeah, silly from him today. But looking forward to these 2 races.
Yeah.
These 3 even.
I've got Abu Dhabi at the bottom, last race of the season. It's going to be such a good race.
Just in time for Dad on the Grid's birthday.
That could be like a championship slider.
I don't think it'll be sorted by then. I think you're right.
I think Norris will come ahead soon. I think Norris will.
Got to win Silverstone, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's got to win his own race.
Yeah, he's going to win Silverstone. I think Norris is going to improve loads. I think Norris is going to get a couple of wins.
Yeah, I think he'll push him up. He'll push him close.
Norris and Lando 2 wins.
What a great first episode.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas. I think that's going to be a really good race.
Yeah, it's a new race. It's one of these new street circuit ones, isn't it? And I like a nighttime street circuit.
Yeah, and
look cool.
I'm looking forward to the No More Barcelona and Madrid. I think it's in Madrid now.
Yeah.
The Spanish Grand Prix, another street circuit. In this new generation, I think there's lots of street circuits now.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how. I mean, Spain's a tight one, isn't it? So whether it's Barcelona, whether it's Madrid, they're both quite tight. I think it might go back to Spain at some point. Back to Barcelona at some point.
Yeah.
Whether they alternate it.
Because it isn't like old, that track.
No, it's a good track.
It is a good track. There's probably I think there's a lot of some oversteering and snapping. I'm looking forward to Las Vegas and the Baku one.
Yeah, big fan of Baku.
Yeah, it's a street circuit. Qualifying is so key in that race. I think Oscar will win that one, and I think it's going to be an exciting one.
It's a good season anyway. Better than last season where we knew what was going to happen.
Verstappen winning lots.
Yeah, and even when Lando challenged him, we knew you knew Max was going to win. I think this is going to be a great.
Max just has it in him.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a great season. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the season a lot as well. I think right now. I think because of the points, Oscar has just got 25 points. Lando 18, and Max 1. It's morely coming into a two-way championship. I think it's coming into a two-way championship, but you can never rule Max out.
No, it's too good.
Just can't.
Yeah, I agree. Should we end it there?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and comment below what you want me to do next.
Bye!